Hello, I'm Chance Wolf, creator of the Crazy Coop. We here at Wolf's Magic want to thank you for purchasing the Crazy Coop, and we really hope you enjoy this little creature here. Come on, Sydney. Come up and say hi. Come on. Say hi. There you go. There you go. What's that? Huh? Do what? Okay, that's enough. There he is. Sydney, the psychic chicken. You've been provided all the following items to perform the Crazy Coop. The battery charger, 2 large eggs, you'll only need 1 for performance, a blindfold, a rubber egg with the magnet on top, a sample pack of confetti, a diamond template to help cut the prediction, and 6 small eggs. You'll only need 3 to perform the routine. If any of these items are missing, please contact me as soon as possible. Okay, we're going to cover the chicken lift system. Now, I must begin by saying, please do not try to lift the lid using the chicken. You will damage the mechanism that raises the chicken. So do not do that like you can do with my wacky weasel or something. That lid's just too heavy. So when you open the lid, make sure to open it slow and easy until this lever here hits the rubber stop. You don't want to reef it back fast. So now, once you've lifted it, you're ready to perform. Now to lift the chicken, there's a lever right here. You reach your thumb in, and you're going to grip the bottom of the chicken coop a little bit, this bottom edge, and you're going to pull back towards you. Right about the halfway point, you're going to start to go forward. So it's one swooping motion to make them raise up quick. So it's back and down, and that lifts the chicken. It takes a little bit to get used to that motion, but it's actually quite easy once you get the hang of it. Now you can also just pull it a little bit and bob his head up. So from the front view, he's peeking up, or if the music's going, you can have him dancing, just kind of bouncing around, dancing to the music. But otherwise, the straight up pull, and then gently bring him back down. You don't want to drop him too fast or he'll make a big clunky sound. So you just practice with this and you'll get the hang of it. If you have dry hands like I have, you might want to use a little moisturizer on your hand, or you can add some sort of grip tape onto here. I don't do it because it can come off, and most people don't have my problem. So there's your chicken lift. It's a very heavy duty unit. It'll last you years. The egg launchers are relatively simple. You have 2 chambers. You'll place 2 different colored eggs, 1 in each chamber, with the big side down. That is critical. If you put the smaller side down, it won't shoot as high. So just drop it into the chamber, and you'll see there's a spring-loaded paddle on the back. You're going to want to push down with your thumb. Normally I'd use my right, but push down with your thumb in one smooth motion. Let it skip right by your thumb and shoot. There's plenty of clearance for it to go past your thumb. Just like that. Snaps the egg right up. You can catch the egg if you want, like I did. So, see how that works? It goes right by your thumb. So don't worry about it. Both are the same way. So let's drop the egg in. Give it a pop. Okay, you've been given a blindfold for the blindfold gag. It stores right here to the side of the confetti blower unit. You want to fold it in half and then take the seam edge and put it down there, just like that. So when you're ready to use it, you can just take it out, show it to the audience, and the chicken will most likely be in an up position You can put it over him with one hand and secure it over his head. Now, if you want to do the peek bit and set him up so he's peeking without them seeing, you can just rest your hand on here, just peek it over his eyeball like that. If you want, you can kind of hold this side down a little bit. But he's set up for the peeking. So, there's your blindfold. Once again, just tuck it right down in there, and it's ready to go. You've been provided a rubber egg with a rare earth magnet in it. There's a matching magnet underneath the chicken's beak to the very back. The egg is to be loaded in to the clip with the magnet to the right side over here. So you slide it up into the clip and it'll hang there until you're ready to use it. Now when you pretend to feed him, you're just going to reach in, steal that off the clip, and just tuck it right underneath his mouth as you're pretending to feed him. Just kind of jiggle your hand a little bit, and then maybe act like you got bit. And you're ready to go. It's loaded. Now when you load it, you don't want to hit that little red thing flapping underneath his chin. We glued it down the best we could. So when you pull it, you want to pull it down and just pivot it right up until it finds a magnet. So there's no real hand motion, you're just pivoting your wrist. That's all you're doing as you're pretending to feed the chicken. It's a good cover. If you come up with some other way to justify the move, go for it. But I thought feeding the chicken is a quick way to do it and it makes sense. So there it is. The only thing I can say is make sure that that's attached to the magnet. Otherwise you'll be fishing around if it falls off. So the move really should be this quick. Done, you know, right there. So there you go. Of course he comes up with the egg in his mouth. Okay, the front door release is this little device I created here that when you push it on the tab on the right side or the left side, you push it either direction, it'll release this bolt head, allowing the door to fly open, releasing the egg. So you can just push it to the left, out rolls the egg. Now to reload it, you're going to need to get the egg, which ran away from me. Anyway, so you're going to place the egg in, big side up, into the front door with the washer on the top so it helps it fall out. So you load it in, push the door closed, the bolt head comes through, slide this over, make sure it's centered with the bolt head, you're ready to go. So when you're ready to activate it, just push one of the tabs. Just be careful when handling during your routine that you don't accidentally press one of these tabs and prematurely launch the egg. You've been provided the large egg for the final prediction. Inside the egg you'll see a big washer glued inside. We chose to use a hot glue so you can replace this washer into a replacement egg if you lose or break one. It's an easy home fix. The reason for the washer is to give it some weight to assure it toppling out proper, and hopefully you can catch it when it comes out. So when you load it, make sure it is washer side up, big side up. Place it into the chamber, close it, slide the lever over, locking it into place, and when you're ready to go, the egg rolls out perfectly. Open it up and reveal the prediction. Okay, you've been provided a sound module that has 6 different chicken sound tracks on it. It's activated by pressing the button. I'll go into that further in a minute. It's powered by 3 AA batteries. Make sure you buy new batteries and install them proper, nice and level. Believe it or not, some batteries can come underpowered. So make sure you buy quality batteries like Duracell or Energizer. I only use these cheap Kirklands for demo stuff. So once you have them installed properly, slide the cover on, put the screw back in, but put it in just snug. Don't over torque it or it will strip out. Anyways, the button is in the down position. Move it up to be on. Now you have to be sure this is turned on before showtime. Make sure. Now, it goes inside this little bracket. There's a ledge below to keep it from falling all the way through. You just slide it into place. It's activated when you just casually rest your hand on the side of the cabinet. So it's already set at track 1, and I'll go into detail how to get back to track 1. So you just press it, the clucking begins. Now you can let it run all the way through or press it to stop it, but that kills the track. It'll advance to the next track. So if you don't like how long some of these run, you can kill it. But don't let track 2, don't stop that. That's the one where he interrupts you, and there's long pauses so you can have a conversation with the chicken. And also you probably don't want to stop the music track, but that's all up to you. Okay, so back to the detail of this. It has 6 tracks in it. When you press it, it starts track 1 and goes through. As you press again, it'll go to the next track. It's the next track. There's the music track. It's track 5. And this is track 6. This is where he lays an egg. Okay, that's the end of all the tracks. Now when I press it again and go back to track 1, you have to manually reset this back into order. So if you stop somewhere in the middle of a routine, even if you turn the power off, it's going to play the next track. So it's important to learn where you're at on this. And the easiest way I found, because some of them sound similar, is go through them and wherever you're at. Now, the easiest one is the music. That's track 4. Now I know if I'm trying to reset it, I'm not performing, I'll just press it one more time, then another time. Total of 2 times. That brings me back to track 1. So, the chicken dance song is track 4. Click it one more time is track 5. Click it another time, that's track 6. And you can turn it off or not press it. You're ready to go. They're in order. So 2 clicks past the chicken dance song. Easiest way to reset it. Otherwise, that's about it. So if the volume starts going down on it a little bit, then you know the batteries are dying. So there's the sound module. You've been provided a 12-volt lithium-ion rechargeable battery. This powers the blower, the Confetti blower. It's mounted permanently into the cabinet in the bottom right corner, just about like that. There's the power hole for the power to go to the blower. Now there will be a cord plugged into there, and you'll remove it to do the recharging. So you're going to hook up your charger provided to an extension cord, and you're going to turn the unit on for charging. So the little red light comes on. I'm not sure if that shows in the video or not. And then once you've removed the power cord for the blower, you plug in the charger. And with it on, it doesn't show, but the red light and the green light are on. It'll take about, depending on how much power you've lost in your battery, it'll take about 2 to 4 hours to recharge it. Now, you can just do it an hour to get enough power to get through a show or something, probably. That'd be fine. But otherwise, wait for the red light to turn off and just the green light will be on and your battery is charged. Now, these last a long time. The fan does not take much power out of this thing. I've had these stored up to a year and still had their charge. So not only does it not draw much power for the fan, how little you use it, but it'll stay powered up for a long time. So obviously if your fan starts losing power and the confetti's not flying, it's time to recharge. Or you could have a voltmeter and test it. But otherwise, like I said, make sure it's in the on position. The little line side here is down. The red light comes on, obviously. let it sit until it's fully charged. I'm going to show you a little quick detail here in a second of switching out the cords. Here we are looking down inside the box, and you can see the power cord that runs to the blower is plugged in. You just reach in, unplug it, grab the charger cord, and plug it in. You're ready to go. Once again, make sure that it's turned on into the on position, which is rocking it back towards you, and it'll begin to charge. Okay, the proper amount of confetti used is about one good handful. Just about as much as you see right there. I like to just fold up a piece of paper and just pour it into it. Now, you're just going to take that and pour it right into the top of the confetti chamber. Just a little bit at a time, and make sure it all falls down into the chamber. If it gets clogged up near the top, there's like a little panel there. If it gets clogged up there, just take a pencil and gently tap it down. But what's important is you do not want to pack confetti in here. It's got to go down into the chambers and be loose in there. The 12-volt battery powers the confetti blower. Make sure that the jack is plugged in to the motor. And then you reach in, and there's a rocker switch there. When you rock it towards the back, the red light will come on down below, and the power will be on, and the confetti will start to blow. You can use your thumb to do this. Reach in with your thumb, click it, or your index finger, whichever one. I prefer to click it on, let it burst, little confetti burst out, click it off, then click it back on, and let the rest come out. Now the music's playing this time, so we'll hide the clicking sound, so don't worry about that. Okay, now we're going to click the lever on, let some confetti blow. Click it off, come back, hit it again. There you go. Okay, when you're done, you're going to have a mess that looks something like this. So the easiest way I found to clean this is to remove the sound module first, set it to the side, close the lid, and grab it from the bottom. Remember, anytime you grab it from the bottom, do not hit that screen. That's the intake screen to keep from confetti sucking into the motor. Try not to hit that. Anyways, close the lid, tip it forward, and then you can let go. Then tip it one more time and give it a shake. Grab it from each side, just give it a shake. Up and down. You'll see it start coming out. Then just let the lid open up a little bit. Close it back, shake it around, let the confetti come out, tip it back. Now, the chicken is going to still have some confetti on them. Just flake it away. If you want to get anal, you can use some tape. Just tap them with some tape. Dust off your chicken. The rest of it inside doesn't have to be perfect because it doesn't affect any of the operations of anything else. Okay, we're going to cover making the confetti. Now, you'll have a little bit of an investment, but it'll save you a lot of money over the time than purchasing confetti online. And this way, you know the confetti is made exactly as it needs to perform the best it can with the Crazy Coop. So, what you'll need is a rotary cutter. This is by Fisker, and there's other companies. So you can look online. This is usually found at fabric stores. It has a little safety feature here to protect the blade. The blade should last you a long time. You'll also need a self-healing mat or a rotary cutting mat. You can get smaller ones, so it'll cost less money. So these are about $12, and the mats are about $10, maybe $12. So, and then we have these wide ruler things that are found at the fabric store as well. This keeps your hands safe. Rather than a ruler where you're real close to the blade, you can get these shorter and they'll be a little cheaper too. But now you can press your hand down here and be completely safe. So So that's it. That's what you'll need. All this can be found at a standard fabric store or online. Now, to get started, we prefer to use like the Giant Nickel or the Lucky Nickel ads, the free classified ads. Not only for the prediction, but for the confetti. It's just easier to handle size-wise. So to make confetti, the blade works best on like 3 or 4 sheets thickness. So this is 2 full sheets put together, fold them in half, and try to fold that crease out so it lays a little flatter. Just like that. Now, what you're going to want to do, I don't know what that is. Anyway, you want to put the seam up at the top. When you start cutting, you're not going to cut all the way to the top, just about an inch away. That keeps everything kind of together as you go. So, this is important. You want to cut these at about 1/4 inch increments. So, look at your ruler. You can see what a 1/4 inch is. It could be 1/4 inch or less. Don't go bigger. We don't want big pieces of confetti. Doesn't take long to do this, so take your time and do this part right. So retract the blade and start cutting. And like I said, stop about an inch away from the top. Scoot it over. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just bump it over a little bit. See how my hand's staying completely free and clear? Now we're going to just speed this up in the video, so you don't have to sit through the whole process. Okay, we finished cutting all the cuts this way. Remember, we did not go all the way to the edge. We left the spine intact. Now just go ahead and rotate the board, and now you're going to cut the other direction. Once again, 1/4 inch increments. Okay, now we got all the pieces cut up. Now you're going to do the final mincing phase. Now remember, press firmly during the entire process when you're cutting the vertical and horizontal cuts. Press firm. Anyways, on to the mincing process. You're just going to go at a 45-degree angle to your cuts that you originally made. So you're just going, and it's kind of random, and try to make it about a 1/4 inch apart. You don't have to use a ruler. Okay, now we're going to go the other direction. You just don't want any large pieces in there. You'll tend to find a lot more of them straying off to the outside. Once again, go another 45-degree angle this way. And just do it until you think you got it all minced up pretty well. Now I'm not going to quite do it all because I think I made my point. Now you can just take a playing card or whatever, scoop it all up and put it into a bag, and you should be ready to go. Okay, the prediction preparation is quite easy. You'll need an X-Acto blade, the stencil template we give you for the diamonds, and your Giant Nickel or Lucky Dollar paper. What's good about this is the size couldn't be more perfect for the production of the prediction. So anyways, fold it back up into its stock fold. Take the diamond, just center it up, make sure it looks visually centered, and take your X-Acto blade. Be careful not to cut your hand. Overcut just a little bit so you get an overlap. Overcut. Back this way. And I'm using a nice firm pressure to make sure I get through all the sheets of paper. Now if you miss, you can recut it. Just dig them out to see if you missed, hold it into position. They come out. Your prediction is ready to go. 4 diamonds. It's just a great prediction. Now for the fold, to prep it to put it in the egg, just fold it right along the natural corners of the diamond. Now fold one more time. You're going to fold like so, and then fold it one more time, and that'll fit right into the egg. Okay, we're going to cover a few details about the eggs. The small eggs, you've been provided enough to start some performing, but we want you to pick up a bag of these at Walmart. It has a green bunny on the left. It says 42 bright eggs, $1.98. You must use this specific egg. It's calibrated for this size, and this is the strongest egg available. They're not flimsy like the rest. So please use this egg or you will have problems. They won't launch as well or they won't fit. So buy a couple bags and you'll have enough to last a lifetime. Now, prepping the eggs, when you get them, is real simple. You're just going to use some transparent tape. I avoid the magic tape. The transparent has a gloss to it, which matches the egg. 3/4 inch strips at 4 places, and it'll hold it just fine. It'll go unnoticed on stage or even really close up. So sit down, prep a whole bunch of eggs. You'll be ready for a long time. And regarding the large egg, you must pick up the Pop Rock large egg. We've been through all of them. This is at Walmart as well. The ones with Pop Rocks is a firmer egg, and the seam snaps real tight. The rest are flimsy and fall apart. So buy a whole bunch of these if you can too, and you'll always have backup eggs. So there it is, the Pop Rock egg. Do not grab any of the others that have different characters or anything else. They look the same, but trust me, they are not.